Hey everyone, in this video we're going to cover the madness that's been going around YouTube advertising in the last few months, the end of true view for action in-stream ads, to make way for the recent, more popular responsive video format, also known as the video action campaign type. Right? So we're gonna cover the differences, we're gonna cover why they're doing this, and what you should know if you're doing media buying with YouTube. Hey, I'm Andres from Linx Digital, and in today's video, we're gonna cover responsive video ads versus in-stream, and we're also gonna show you step-by-step tutorial of how to create your responsive video campaigns. It's very simple. There's no rocket science to it, guys. It's just a matter of selecting certain options and unselecting other options, right? So we're gonna cover that. If you're a media buyer on YouTube and on Google in general, then you might be realizing that in the last few months, Google has announced this. In your notifications, you'll see that they're upgrading the True View for Action video format for in-stream to responsive video format, right? So this has been around for a while now, right? I've been doing responsive video campaigns for about a year, but now they're actually telling everyone that you no longer will be able to create True View for Action in-stream campaigns. What does that mean for you? It doesn't mean that you no longer will be able to use and take advantage of that particular format. It just simply means that Google is trying to ensure that all their inventory gets taken up by the advertisers. So they're gonna be doing what they call an upgrade, right, for the video action campaigns that includes the in-stream ad, right? So the in-stream placement, as well as the discovery, the YouTube discovery placement. That's all it means. There's really no science. There's nothing changing drastically. So I know there's a lot of folks out there saying, oh, you know, this is the end of advertising on YouTube, and you know, we're no longer gonna be able to drive the conversions. So what's gonna happen to those people that have those in-stream ads in those winning campaigns? Well, YouTube is gonna allow you to keep those running, right? Google says if you have those True View for Action in stream, you can still keep them running. They're not gonna shut them out, they're not gonna pause them or become ineligible. They just simply will let them run. So Google will keep your winning campaigns running with the ones that include your in-stream ads, but you have to understand that during this first part of 2022, they will be making significant changes, and they're likely gonna obligate you to copy those in-stream ads, that ad group, into responsive video format ad group. So that's something to be expected. So just keep a close eye on your Google Ads dashboard and the notifications. If you have a Google rep, speak to them about this particular topic and just really be prepared. That's really the main premise of this video today. You know, one of the things that surprised me was they announced that on September 30th, as of September 30th, we would no longer be able to create in-stream ads, but that's certainly not the case. I have created in-stream ads. You can actually do so right now, unless they change it by the time you're watching this video. You can create the True View for Action in-stream, which is the skippable ad that we're used to seeing. And the truth of the matter is, the biggest change here, the biggest difference, it's the inventory, right? Now, why would they do this? So after doing different studies, they've come to find that when there's an automated campaign that provides advertisers more inventory, more placements, like the discovery, right? You have the YouTube homepage, the YouTube Watch Next page, the search results on YouTube, all of these formats and placements, they're allowing you to increase conversions. So what Google is saying, that the main benefit of creating responsive video campaigns and why they're prioritizing this across the network is driving more conversions, right? So they're saying that because of you having access to more inventory and creating this automated video action campaign, your ad is gonna be placed in multiple formats, right? So you have the YouTube homepage, you have the YouTube Watch Next page, the YouTube search results, and this is where your discovery ad. So keep in mind that the video action campaign is a mix of skippable in-stream and a discovery campaign. The amount of copy and characters that you can use within the ad itself. So as you know, with the skippable in-stream, you have 10 maximum characters for the call to action that is inside the button, is displayed while your video ad is shown. And you also have 15 maximum characters for a headline that you can add, right? So it's not a whole lot to work with, but with the responsive, you have the possibility of creating up to 75 character longer headline, and then we have like 90 characters as well for a description. So you have plenty of room to bring your copywriting skills to the test, right? You put that to the test and you can actually create multiple campaigns, and that's one variable that you can also test with these responsive. That is really the main difference between in-stream and responsive. They simply show your ad in different formats as opposed to just the skippable. And what they're driving home is the benefits, right? So they're saying that with the responsive video format, you can increase conversions at a lower cost. And again, the inventory, you have more inventories, meaning you have the possibility of reaching more people within your targeting settings. In essence, look at it as a positive thing. I wouldn't say, oh, this is the end of in-stream. We're no longer gonna be able to sustain performance. Performance is gonna go down come 2022. I mean, we're 2 months away from the new year, and there may be a lot of change happening, but there's also good change. I think as media buyers, we also like to adapt, and I think we need to adapt to certain changes. So when it comes to what format to use, you just have to be really, let's say, open-minded to these changes that roll out and simply put them to the test. That's why I discussed with Rafael, the senior media buyer as well. And we basically throw off ideas and we say, hey, have you gotten results with this type of format? Like using, for example, vertical style ads on mobile campaigns only. What's the cost per conversion? Is that getting better click-through rates, better CPCs? All these type of things we're constantly testing, we're constantly talking about. So this is just one of those things where you just simply have to adapt to it, embrace. Well, it's been announced for a few months, like I mentioned, and that as of September 30th, 2021, you would no longer be able to do it. But, a few days later, and even today, right, where we're filming this, it's October 10th. So, I've been able to create these in-stream campaigns. So that's one thing with Google. You'll see that it'll come with a little bit of surprise, and a lot of things change. Nothing's really set in stone until it really is. They'll say, hey, we're rolling out this new change, prepare for it. This is the end date, you have this date to put your ducks in a row, and that's it. Well, they obviously did not be very abrupt with it, because imagine how many advertisers are using only in-stream skippable ads to just out of nowhere just pull the plug on serving these type of ads. That's not gonna happen. They don't wanna disturb performance. They don't want, obviously, a revolt for advertisers. So they're slowly but surely making these changes. So they're now saying inside the support doc that you can see up here, by early 2022, they're gonna be making these changes. Now, what are they suggesting? They're suggesting that in the meantime, whichever campaigns have only skippable in-stream ads, that you copy and paste them into a responsive ad group so you can actually start rolling out these type of campaigns and start getting conversions, start getting clicks there. So you can see that it's not the end of the world, okay? So that was the main point that I wanted to make about these campaigns. You could obviously look up a lot more information about this online in the Google support docs, which we can leave the links down in the description. But today I'm gonna show you that responsive video campaigns can work, right? For those that maybe are yet to pull the trigger on that and you're maybe procrastinating, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna leave my skippable in-stream. They're working fine. I'm not gonna touch anything. I'm gonna show you firsthand with our agency what we've been able to accomplish for certain clients using the responsive video format only. Remember, we have been testing both of them, and there's a lot of the discoveries that we've made in the last few months. So we're gonna dive into my screen here, and we're gonna show you firsthand the responsive campaigns, how they've been performing on one of our clients here. This is for lead gen, but also on the front end, they have an e-commerce product, right? But let me show you what our lead gen campaigns with the responsive video format have been doing for this account. So as you can see here, we're obviously gonna blur out a lot of this information, but I can tell you that these are responsive video ads. You can see that there's a lot more text here. We have the call to action at the top. This is the regular headline, and this is where we have the description. You can see it's a bit longer than what we're used to seeing. This one right here is the in-stream, right? So like if we can actually filter here, you can see that we're still running some in-stream campaigns, and we can search by ad type, right? And here you can select the responsive display ad. These are not the ones that we want. This is the skippable in-stream ad, and you can see the responsive video ad. So let's just sort by responsive, and you'll be able to see all the responsive ads that we have running. I mean, it's quite a bit. Let me just put all enabled here. This is October 1st to the 9th, just this month of October. And then I'm gonna show you, and these are lead gen campaigns, okay? That's our main goal. Our main goal is to get $4 leads, $4 CPL for this, right? So if we go to opt-in, sort by that, you'll see that some of these ads and campaigns are generating some really good numbers. And this is an offer in the US, okay? This is a US offer. Whenever somebody tells you that you can't get $2 or $3 leads in the US, you can fact check them there, because yes, you can on YouTube. So let's go back. You can see that we're right now generating $2.80 leads for this particular offer, just responsive. So that's one example, guys, and we have many examples that we can cover in other videos, but I just wanted to show that it is possible to generate desired results with this new video format, which isn't really new. It's been out for a while now, but now they are looking to prioritize this. They're looking to promote it a lot more for advertisers to use to leverage the different placements and ad formats. So it comes down to that. Responsive video format ads or video action ads, how they can generate the same or maybe even better results than in-stream. We've done various experiments, and we've done head-to-head testing, the in-stream versus responsive, and we can honestly say that it's fairly evenly matched. We get mixed results, but in some instances, in other niches, we've been able to generate much better conversions, and the CPMs are much lower, meaning the scalability of it is a lot better. One of the main things that you want to consider when doing this, creating your first responsive video ad, which we're going to show you how you can do this now, very, very simple, is keeping in mind that the copy on your discovery inventory placement is important as well. One of the things that I as a media buyer would love to see, as opposed to just seeing the data come through with the CPCs, the click-through rates, I would like to see from the different placements, right? So like if the ad was shown on the YouTube homepage, for example, it would have been cool if we can see how many clicks or which ones drove the most conversions, right? So right now I haven't been able to find that option of, since it's an automated ad. So look at it this way. It's like a dynamic ad. You're not really able to see which one was the headline that generated that click or conversion. So it's very similar to this particular format, because there's the in-stream, the skippable in-stream, there's the discovery ad that shows on the home page, and then there's a discovery ad that shows on the, watch next, the video ad, which is below the video, and the regular discovery ad that shows on the search results. So it would be a cool metric and really nice to know which ones are generating the most clicks when it comes to the responsive video ad. So if Google's listening, maybe we can, work something out there. But those are my observations when it comes to this. But I can honestly say that you can take advantage of this opportunity right now to learn how to create these responsive video formats. So now we're gonna dive into the actual tutorial of how to create your responsive video ad campaign, or also known as the video action campaign. So let's go ahead and dive into my screen here for a few, and we're gonna be able to create this very, very seamlessly. Let's go right into it. So here you've seen before, you have the goal to select different options. You can either go by sales, leads, website traffic, product brand consideration, which in this case we won't be using this one, or brand awareness or reach, or ad promotion, local store visits. We can actually select out of these 4 options. These are the ones that we recommend. It's up to you how you want to set up the campaigns. Remember that you can test these things, right? You can test one for sales if you're going for e-commerce sales, or you can test one with creating a campaign without a goal. So we normally go with this one. It gives us a little bit more versatility. We're obviously gonna do video, and now we go down here and select drive conversions. Okay, drive conversions is the one that you want. And now we just go through basically setting up the settings, the campaign settings with a bid strategy. So again, if you don't have conversions on your account, if you don't have a historical data for conversions, then you want to go with maximum conversions first. Go here, set your budget. Let's say we go with $50 a day, your country, and the networks. Now here, the networks, this is automatically being selected here because as we've mentioned, the responsive video format is now designating the inventory of the discovery campaigns, right? So you can see that as can appear next to search results on YouTube and only available for responsive video ad discovery types. Okay, so this is automatically selected. Now, the video partners, you can actually unselect that, right? So we normally unselect that. So this is the inventory type. This is expanded, standard, limited. We normally choose standard or expanded. We've tested both, had mixed results, but we can go with standard for this time around. Exclusions, if you want to exclude videos like embedded videos, live stream, maybe you want to exclude the general audience. All right, and then site link extensions. Now we have experimented with site link extensions before. That is definitely something you can try out. It does help increase conversions, the click-through rates, and for the most part, in certain niches, certain offers, but you get mixed results, right? But you can experiment with that for sure. And now here, this is a shopping campaign. This is an e-commerce client, so obviously it gives us this option to use the Google Merchant Center if we want to show products in our ads. This will be for another video. We can talk about that. And now additional settings. Remember to make sure you have your conversion tracking in place so you can select either by conversion actions individually or we go by the account level as you know we've normally done. Okay, devices, frequency capping, but for this time around we're not going to spend a whole lot of time on these. The main thing that I want to look at is the ad group. Okay, so the ad group here, this is where you're basically creating either a responsive video ad or the standard skippable in-stream ad. Okay, so here it's already selected as responsive. So as you can see, you know, obviously Google's wanting you to choose that option for a reason. Now, if I go with standard, this is telling me directly, create skippable in-stream ads. Now let's look at what this says right here, okay? So this has been showing up for a couple of weeks now. Standard ad groups are going away soon. To help simplify campaign creation and improve performance, use a responsive ad group, okay? You can see that Google is making efforts to ensure that you're not solely depending on the in-stream, and they're warning you prior to that you should start experimenting, start creating campaigns with responsive video. So this is where you would do it. You hit responsive and you just keep going. But again, you can still create this standard. Now, if you take a look here on the right side, so this is interesting. Now, these are weekly estimates and they give you kind of like some insights, right? Some projections. They tell you these are the impressions estimated for this particular setting. So look that the standard has 6.9 billion possible impressions compared to the responsive, which has over 10 billion. And it makes sense because we have different inventory. We have more places where your ad is being shown with responsive. So let's continue down here and basically let's just leave that as is. And then we're just gonna go and select a random ad here. Okay. All right, here we go. So we're just adding this random ad here. We're obviously not gonna submit anything, but I'm just gonna show you the responsive ad setup, the different options that have. So we have the URL. Okay, you can add a display URL. The call to action is still the same 10 characters. Sometimes it'll give you these automated ones that you want to use. So learn more, for example. You can change that to shop now, if that's the case, or sign up. So these are already automated, but you can write whatever you want there, right? So like get access. As long as it's 10, you're good, right? A little preview. And you got 15 headline. 15 character limit headline, view video now. So, and then the longer headline, this is where you will be put to the test in terms of your copywriting skills. Or if you have a copywriter, you know, if you have your main benefit from the site, this is where we recommend that you add here. So basically, so now we're at the long headline, which it gives you up to 90 characters to write out your main goal, right? What you're trying to accomplish here, or the main benefits of your particular offer. What are people gonna get on the other side of that ad, of clicking the ad, right? So this is where you would add that. Description could be supportive of this longer headline. So, you know, if you have a copywriter that can put that together for you, or, you know, you already know your benefits, you already know the features that you have, go ahead and put them in there in a creative way, in a very legible way, and so people can read that. People do read this, and these are the only ones that will be showing up so in the discovery format, right? So let's just, I guess, show you an example here. So, you know, something like that can work. If you're looking to concentrate more on your work, so it's a little bit on the long side, but like, again, that's why you have up to 90 characters, and this will show up like this, right? Same thing here, the description, get immediate access to our latest video that will help boost your focus. So there you go. So this is just an example, obviously, but you get the idea, right? And I normally like to end it with a good call to action here and here, right? So there you go. So this is just an example, guys, but I normally like to kind of add a secondary, you know, call to action there as opposed to the get access, you know. So this is like, hey, get immediate access to our latest video. And, you know, you can experiment as much as you want with this, but you can see that the importance of this copy here, you know, because people are reading that. But remember, with the responsive, you're also going to just see this ad be shown to your users on the skippable in-stream side. And that's pretty much it, guys. There's really not much to it. Obviously here, if you want to upload the banner, you've always been able to do that. So same thing. And then you just go ahead and create the campaign, and that's it, and you're good to go. So there's no science to this, guys. It's just simply following certain steps. Remember that if you are already running in-stream, if you're already running in-stream ads, you can also copy and paste them into your ad group, right? For next video, a future video, we'll do one with the Google Ads editor where we can actually create the campaigns a lot faster. I think we already have a video on that, actually, of how to launch campaigns faster. There'll be a link up here if you want to take a look at that. But for a future video, we can share how to actually maybe copy and paste your already performing skippable in-stream ads to responsive in an easy way. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and get notified once we have some more YouTube ads videos coming your way. Thank you. See you next time.